Hello and welcome to today's class. Right, we're going to start with a nice wide stance. Must be doing some squats. So I've got my legs turned out from my hips. I'm going to reach my arms out in front of me as if someone's holding onto my fingertips, trying to set the shoulders down. A little tip, if you do find the setting the shoulders thing down quite difficult, I recommend turning your palms up towards the ceiling like this. Because as soon as we have our palms down to the floor, it's really easy for those shoulders to start to lift up. So you may decide this is good for you. Otherwise, just nice and relaxed like so. Have a little bit of a bend into those knees to start off with. And then I want you just to go for a little bit of a tilt forward. So I'm drawing the belly button into my spine. And I'm mentioning that I'm about to sit down on the toilet or down on a chair, which unfortunately doesn't end up being there. So if I look down, my knees are in line with my feet and my weight is very much in my heels so I can actually wiggle my toes. Setup complete. Let's go. Breathing in, we're going to lower down. So you're coming down, 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 relaxing the shoulders. Breathe out, push into both heels. Squeeze the glutes and coming back up. So I had a private client the other day who spoke to me about squats and about how people do squats and at the end all they feel is their quads. Super common, super normal, I guess. But actually, squats are for getting the glutes going. So if you're not feeling the glutes at all, even after this class and after I've given you maybe a few kind of things to think about, please just get in touch and let me know and we can maybe address it as best as possible. Coming down, breathing in and breathing out. So the first thing is making sure the weight is through the heels and not through the toes. So toes should be relaxed. You should be able to almost lift the toes up off the floor. Push, push, push into the heels. You want to feel the inner thigh slightly light up as well. And you obviously want to actually squeeze the glutes. Imagine there's a pencil in between those butt cheeks and you're squeezing the pencil as you come up. Breathing in to drop, breathing out. Do you feel nice and even through the legs? I'm not straightening all the way up with the legs, as you can see. It's just keeping everything nice and active here. So I'm not actually feeling my thighs at all. I'm just feeling all wrap around here at the moment because I'm working really hard. I have also just been doing some other glute work, so that for me may have already activated them. Breathing out, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let's go for another 3. Keep thinking about pushing down into those heels. Nice. Last 2. Perfect. Now last one, we're going to drop down. We're going to hold here. We're just going to lift both heels up off the floor like so. And then come down. Now for this exercise, you may feel it go into those quads straight away. That's very normal. We want to feel the inner thighs working too, and we still want the glutes. So we want the whole shebang. Let's go for 4. Try not to come up as you lift the heels. It's just in isolation with the heels. Last 3. Last 2. Last time coming up and holding, drawing the belly button in. Make sure the abs are still on. Good. From here, we're just going to take the arms out to the side. And then come back in. And again, out to the side. And then back in. Breathing the whole time. Out and in. Good. Out and in. We're going to add something. We're going to come up, still on the toes. Come down. Come out. Come in. And again, coming up. Coming down. Coming out. Coming in. Up and down. Good. And out. And in. Let's go for 3. Up and down. Good, good, good. Might feel the obliques starting to kick in as well, trying to stabilize you. Make sure you've still got your tailbone going backwards as if you're about to sit down on the loo. Right, last time, we're just going to hold out here and we're just going to pulse the legs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing. Whew. So yeah, definitely by the end, definitely a lot of quad. Felt those glutes, felt the inner thighs, feeling absolutely fantastic. Let's have a little bit of a balance and stretch at the same time because we're multitasking. So finding one foot, pulling the heel in towards your butt, tucking the tailbone under a little bit so we really lengthen through here and just reaching the other arm up and breathing. If you want to advance it a little bit more, we can hinge forward, slightly soften your supporting leg, lifting this leg up to open the hip. I'm really pressing my foot into the hand. And as you can see, I can't talk and demonstrate and balance all at the same time. And coming down, let's do the other side. That was a very swift descent, wasn't it, with the leg? Right, let's put the other side because I'm going to fall over. Okay, so starting off by pulling it in, relaxing the shoulder. It's even worse when I'm in class and I demonstrate in front of a mirror because all I can see is myself and other people wobbling around. Like, come on, keep it together, you're the instructor. Pilates keeps you humble. It keeps you humble. Good, good, good. Draw the abs in so you don't fall over. I can say this because at the moment my balance is good. And dropping down, fantastic. Okay, nicely activated there. I'm going to come and stand at the back of my mat, ready for some roll downs. So, just relaxing through the arms, just imagine there's little weights attached to the fingertips, pulling you down, anchoring you down. My shoulders are down away from my ears. I'm going to breathe in. On the breath out, chin comes to chest, rolling the shoulders forward. Imagine I'm coming up and over my barbed wire fence as I come down to the floor. Lengthening out here, really let the head just relax. You should be able to turn the head side to side, no tension. Breathing in and on the breath out, pushing again into those heels, slowly coming up. And rolling those shoulders back and down. And let's go again, but this time we're going to do it on the toes. So coming up onto your toes, pushing your weight through the big toes as much as possible, trying to avoid them rocking out to the side. Breathing in on the breath out. Here we go. Remember, you might not come down quite as far as normal, and that is fine, no problem. Dropping down, let the head relax. Woo. Coming down, nice. Head is really super relaxed. Breathing in here and on the breath out, slowly coming up. Bit shaky with the legs. Nice, draw the belly button in, good, good, good. Rolling the shoulders back and down and letting the heels drop. Okay, that was fun. Let's just do one more normal one coming down to the floor. Just still thinking about everything moving nice and slow, especially that spine really opening up through the back as you come down. And we're going to come down into a 4-point kneeling position, but with a knee lift, so the hover. The wonderful hover where it looks like nothing's happening, but everything, in fact, is happening here. So, coming down. I don't know why we needed some sound effects, but we did. Okay, knees slightly bent, coming out. So just adjusting my position so that my knees can just hover here, and I've got this lovely lengthened spine, flat back. Head is just completing the line of my spine. Knees should be under my hips. And like I said, I can already feel everything working. Just holding here. Good, good, good. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Ah, nice. So I'm just going to breathe in as I drop my knees down a centimetre to the floor. Breathe out as I engage my abs and lift back up. And again, breathing into lower. And then breathing out to lift. Breathing into lower. And breathing out to lift. Try and soften through the elbows if you can. And just work on really drawing up that zipper on those jeans after Christmas Day lunch. So this is the most important part actually of this exercise right now. That's why we're doing the knee drop, is to get the activation. So the knees are under the hips, which obviously is close to your belly button. So hopefully it all kind of makes sense to do this together, this movement. We don't want to be using the back at all, so keep the back just nice and flat. Let's go for 3, drawing the abs in and releasing. And 3. And 2. Last time, coming up and holding here. I'm going to lengthen one leg out, and I'm just going to hold this leg here, trying to keep my hips even. Option just to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it in. Same thing on the other side, lengthening away. And holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing it in. Holding here if you can drop your knees anytime. I'm just going to do mini little push-ups with my elbows. I'm trying to get a bit more tricep by squeezing my elbows in towards the midline. You can also do this, of course, here, just up and down, but hey, this is more fun. Push into the palms of your hands, head is lengthened. Let's go for 5 and 4, last 3, 2, last time, and dropping the knees down. And just shaking those hands out and maybe just having a little roll through the shoulders. Whatever you need to do in this moment. I don't know how the microphone's behaving today. Me and the mic, we have a sound check, us together, before I do every video, which is why it's really frustrating if halfway through the video it does decide to be a little bit temperamental. So I do apologize if the microphone ever does go really wah. If it does do it for like a really long period in a video, of course I won't end up uploading the video, but I don't know. We've got an interesting relationship, a love-hate relationship, the microphone and me. Right, enough about that. Let's come into a glute set. So it's going to be a 4-point set, but we will come down a little bit with the goodness, can I talk properly? We're going to come down onto the forearms in the end, which will be good if you've got a little bit of wrist stuff going on. But we are going to start off, if you can, in 4-point position. So just make sure the knees have started off by being under the hips, and I want you just to extend your right leg out. So head is long, everything's just like before. We're going to breathe in. On the breath out, squeeze the glute, lift the leg up, breathe in as you lower. And again, breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. And you just want to make sure everything stays nice and stable here. So as you lift up, you're just drawing the belly button into the spine and then releasing. Breathing out to lift, breathing into lower, breathing out to left, squeeze that glute, breathing into lower, breathe out to lift, breathe into lower. Nice, head is long. Let's go for 5 and 4. I can really feel that right glute already going for it. Last 3, must be so activated already from those squats. Last 2. Okay, now last time. From here, I'm going to bend through my arms as I cross my leg down behind me, and then I'm going to come out to the side. And again, crossing down. If you need to double your mat over because there's too much pressure going on through that supporting leg, please do. Coming down and coming up. We're getting a lovely oblique involvement as well, which is just fantastic. Let's go for 5. Good. And 4. Nice. Last 3. And lift. Last 2. Okay, let's go for 1 more. Coming up, holding here. Now from here, this is when I'm going to just descend onto my forearm, placing my other hand a little bit wider than my mat, with my fingers just on the diagonal towards the midline. And from here, I'm going to go down a little bit and then lift. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. So I've already activated now through my supporting glute by doing that crossy thing, hopefully. So it means I can feel both of these glutes working, breathing in and out. How fantastic. Draw that belly button into the spine if you can as well. Good, let's go for 5 and 4. Last 3, last 2. Last time coming up, holding here. Now from here, I'm going to take the leg behind, and then again, I'm going to come forward to the elbow, coming behind and coming forward. So again, obliques, again, supporting glute, and hopefully that leg that's in the air as well. Feeling in probably a slightly different place, a little bit more side glute for the supporting leg, I feel. Maybe a little bit more just like directly underneath the butt cheek for the other one. Let's go for 3 and 2. Last time coming forward, and from here I'm just lifting the leg up. I'm just going to start to press it out on this diagonal, out and in, as if I'm pushing something away. So I'm flexing the foot, supporting leg is going, core is on, arms are nice and strong, head is long, oh my gosh, breathing. Good, let's go for 5 and 4 and 3, 2, last time, and then just bringing it in. Oh my gosh. And I'm just going to go for a little bit of a mini child's pose here. Everything's lengthening. Head is dropping. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that. Let's just do exactly the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to turn around so you get a better view of my butt. And there's beautiful Paris again. Right. So, coming down, so starting off in 4-point, I apologize. So I'm going to move forward a bit so I've got enough room. Just trying to set the shoulders down away from my ears, head is long, and I'm just going to extend through this leg here, drawing the belly button in. Okay, I'm going to breathe in. On the breath out, I'm going to lift through the leg and then bring it down. And again, breathing out to lift, breathing into lower, breathing out to lift, breathing into lower, lifting and lowering, squeeze and release. Nice. You can really feel this glute already working nice and hard. And you just want to feel that draw in of the belly button away from the line of your pants. Okay, let's go for just 4 of these. Up and down, last 3. Good, last 2. Okay, last time you're going to come up. From here, we're going to go for our cross as we bend through the arms, crossing behind and then coming up, and a little crunch. And again, coming down, lowering the elbows and up. Nice. And it's that cross behind the other leg, which ends up really kicking in the supporting glute. Good, good, good. Keep those abs active the whole time and make sure you're not dropping your head down. As we know, the head is super heavy. Whoops, I'm gonna fall over as I turn my head to the camera. Yeah, it's super heavy, so if you let the head come down, it's really going to disrupt things in your upper back, pull on your neck and all that sort of stuff we don't want. Last 3. Good, pushing into the palms of the hands. Last 2. Okay, last time, holding here. Here we come down onto the forearm, setting up this other hand here to give us that nice wide base. And from here, just coming down a little bit and then breathing out as you lift up. Coming down and lifting up. Down and up. Breathing in and breathing out to left. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Keep that head long. Keep this elbow bent as well. Don't lengthen it too much, the arm, otherwise you end up sending all the tension into your shoulder. Let's go for 5 and 4. Last 3. I can really feel that supporting glute now. Last 2. Okay, last time coming up, holding here. So we're going to take it behind a little bit and then coming forward. Taking it behind and coming forward. Nice. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Excellent. And coming forward. Really crunch, crunch, crunch. Okay, we're going to go for another 4 here. Last 3. And it may feel different on this side. You may feel like one of the glutes is working a lot harder, whereas on the other side it wasn't doing it so much. Right, holding out here, taking the leg a little bit behind on that angle, and then we're kicking out, bringing it in. So breathing out to press, flexing the foot, breathing in to bring it in, out and in. You're pushing that box away or whatever you've got there. And in. Supporting glute is on and stabilizing. Let's go for 5 and 4. Good. And 3. Last 2. Last time. And then coming down. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to go straight into a little bit of a stretching series. So lengthening that leg out long, crossing this other leg over, and just pulling this leg in. Oh my goodness, feeling that all just stretch out. This was the supporting side and the second side, and I definitely think it did a lot of supporting stuff. It was very supportive. Good, good, good. Growing up nice and tall. Fantastic. And then also just lifting up with this leg, like so. Maybe going for a little bit of a little cradle here. Doesn't matter if you can't put your foot into your elbow, you can just lift it up with your hand. It's just getting the height, which is really good for opening the hip and obviously the external rotation into your hip. Just stretch out through the glute and hip, and then putting that down. Let's do the other side. So starting off with the cross, pulling the leg in. Relaxing the shoulders, breathing. And then from here, picking that foot up, putting it into the elbow, again growing tall. Just breathing as much as you can. This side for me is super, super tight, so it's always fun. Always feel like a little bit of a grandma lifting it up. I mean, I know some of you will be like, well, you can put your foot in your elbow, like how do you feel like a grandma? But you know that you know your own body, and when your body doesn't feel 100%, you're kind of like, oh, I feel a little bit old now. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just release out of there. Let's give the legs a little bit of a shake. Okay, so that was some really nice glute stuff going on. What I like about doing the 4-point stuff as well is that you do end up definitely engaging through the core, focusing on that pelvic stability, which is so good because you can transfer it actually to any sort of standing exercise as well. And for people who run and all those sorts of things, whenever you're leaning forward slightly on the angle, we're just trying to train the pelvis not to tilt too much, not to do too much of an interior tilt, which is tilting forward like this, which sends it into your back. So always working on drawing that belly button in. Sometimes holding neutral is fine. Sometimes we need a little bit more of a posterior tilt, which is tucking the tailbone under. Yeah, good stuff. That was like a half-ass thumbs up then. Right. Okay, I'm coming into this position here. I'm going to just wiggle to the front of my mat like so. Holding the backs of my legs underneath my knees. My elbows are nice and wide, growing tall, breathing in, and on the breath out, I'm just going to round through my spine. And I'm trying to think about my spine being nice and round and sort of mirroring what my arms are doing. So they're staying wide as well. And then I'm going to pull myself back up again. And again, tucking under, coming down, and then coming up. Just warming up that spine into that C-curve flex position. So coming down, I'm going to hold here. I'm going to let go of my legs and just open my hands out to the side so that my palms are facing towards the ceiling. Okay, from here, I'm just going to breathe out as I bring one knee up towards my chest. Again, drawing that belly button in and then lowering it down. Then the other side, breathing out to lift and breathing into lower. I'm going super slow. I'm bringing this leg through my imaginary peanut butter and putting it down. Breathing out to lift and breathing into lower. Good. Breathing out to lift and breathing into lower. Nice. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. That's why we've got the palms facing the ceiling like so. Good, good, good. Okay, let's go for another 3. The last 2. Okay, last time. We're going to keep the legs exactly where they are. Bringing my hands together, grabbing hold of my bow and arrow. From here, I'm going to breathe in, on the breath out, pulling back on the tension, twisting to the side, and then releasing. Then the other side, breathe out to twist, breathe in to release. And again, breathing out to twist, breathing in to release. Good, good, good. Really pulling back here. Nice. Nice and slow with that resistance so you can really feel the obliques start to kick in. Let's go for another 3 like so. Good. Last 2. Right, last time. We're now going to do something a little bit odd. So holding the legs and hands here. If you need to come up for a little bit, please do, or adjust your C-curve. We're going to open on a diagonal. So it's like I'm holding a ball. And I'm just going to turn my hands on the diagonal like this. I'm going to breathe in, on the breath out, opening the arms up. Hello, shaky shakes. And then coming back in. Same side. Let's go. Breathing out to lift. Everything is staying still, keeping it all in here. You can make the movement as big or as small as you like. Obviously, the bigger it is, the more you need to stabilize through your core. So just look after yourself. You want to feel it in the core, not in your back. Let's go for 3. Good, last 2. Keep the fingers nice and soft. Okay, last time. And then changing the position on your hands the other way, like so. Here we go. Breathing out to open and breathing in to release. And again, up and down. Lifting up and down. Let's go for another 4. Nice, nice, nice. You've almost got that kind of elastic here as well. 3. Last 2. Very subtle movement in the core, but you should be able to feel that stabilization going on. Last time, and then let's come up and let's just open up through the back. So let the knees just open up. Pushing the elbows to the insides of the knees. I'm just going to do that little shoulder stretch where we drop one shoulder down towards the middle of the feet. Should open up through the shoulder blades and get a little bit of a twist going on, which is nice. Fantastic. Last one on each side. Cool. Right, we are going to do a few full curl downs or roll ups, whichever you know them as or prefer to call them. So if you do want to put something in between the feet to keep the inner thighs engaged and therefore the core and maybe activated a little bit easier, you can. Otherwise, you can just be au naturel like this. So from here, feel really weighted through the legs, but try not to use them too much, if that makes sense. So heavy through the legs, but not like tense. Reaching the hands long, setting the shoulders, breathing in, on the breath out, tucking under, slowly coming down to the floor, one vertebra at a time, coming down, coming down. Good, good, good. Getting past that sort of sticky part. For me, it's about here where everything feels a bit like it could go either way. Coming down, reaching the hands up and over. Breathing in. And then on the breath out, bringing the arms back up. Good, good, good. Chin comes to chest. Someone's pulling you up nice and slow and steady. Up off the floor. Drawing that belly button in towards the spine. Okay, so I could feel myself, my legs were activating a little bit. So there's a bit of a lift going on here. I'm going to take it more into the core. Obviously my excuse is that I'm trying to talk and cue at the same time. So it's a little bit challenging for the core as I come down, will come up and come down. When you're here, just breathing in, let the hands come back. And then let's come up again. Nice and slow. Really drawing it in here, really drawing it in. Good, good, good. Sticky point. Ooh. Coming up. Last time we're going to go down, we're going to stay down. We're going to carry on going through some ab stuff. So we're going to keep going with our lower abs. Coming down. So as you come down, I want you to really set your neutral spine. So not too much puffing through the chest. Keep everything nice and relaxed here. Good, good, good. From here, let's just leave the arms where they are, back behind us on the floor, but just making sure that we haven't done this. So neutral spine position. Sliding the heels in, and then from here, let's just lift the legs up into tabletop position. If you're finding it a little bit tricky here with your back, bring your hands down by your side. Otherwise, we're stabilizing a little bit more because our arms are behind us. From here, I'm going to point the toes. My knees are over my hips. I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to tap one toe down. I'm going to breathe out as I bring it back up. And again, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, good, good. Breathing in and breathing out. Nice and slow and steady. You do not have to tap all the way down to the floor. If you want to work a little bit harder, again, there is another option, which is lifting the arms up and holding them here. Just make sure the shoulders don't dance up towards the ears. Breathing in and breathing out. Really feeling everything engage here. Good. Down and up. Let's go for 6, just like so. Nice and slow. Last 5. Last 4. 3. Good. Last 2. Okay, last time. Holding everything here. zipping those knees and feet together, breathing in, on the breath out, pushing away, lengthening, and then breathe in to bring it in. And again, breathe out, push. Imagine you're pushing another big box or something away, so there's resistance working against you. Draw that belly button in. Now this one, the lower you take your legs on the angle, the harder you have to work. So make sure you're engaging through here, and there's nothing going on in that back. Hands can be wherever you want them. Just relax the shoulders. Let's go for 4. Good. Last 3. Nice. Last 2. Last time. Okay, and then those legs can come right in, and let's just relax out with the lower back in particular by working through these legs. Good, good, good. And then we'll go back the other way. Same deal. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. From here, I'm going to roll over onto my side because we're going to do a side plank times glute thing, which is very exciting. So I am positioning this elbow underneath the shoulder. And I have this as my starting position with my legs. I'm forming a sort of triangle. Heels are squeezed together. Other hand is going to be here. So I want to really lift through this bottom waist. I'm going to breathe in, on the breath out, lifting up like so, and then breathing into lower. So I'm pushing into this hand as well as all the way through my arm, breathing out to lift and breathing into lower. And again, breathing out to lift, sticking those hips up and breathing into lower. Let's go just for 5 more like so. Lifting up and coming down. Last 3. And down, good. Last 2. And then last time we're going to lift up, holding here, extending this leg nice and long. From here I'm going to drop my toes down to the floor. And then I'm going to bring them back up, but this time I'm actually going to turn the toes up towards the ceiling. So internally rotating the leg, externally rotating the leg. And nothing else is moving. So I'm keeping the core and I'm keeping lifted through this bottom waist, coming down and coming up. Just got a little dancing leg going on here. Try and just keep the head out of it. So just keep the head nice and long. Let's go for 5. Good. And 4. Last 3. This is a fun position to hang out in, isn't it? Last 2. Okay, last time. Bring it back up, holding here and start to pulse the leg up and down, squeezing through this glute. Let's go for 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Just holding here if you can. Holding, reaching this arm up. And from here I want you to pulse your hips this time. 10, 9, 8, 7, keep that leg up, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then carefully lowering down. Keep your legs like this because we're going to come up and we're just going to go for a little bit of a stretch in the other direction. And here I can feel my glutes stretching and all the way down this side of my body. You want to imagine someone's almost pulling on those fingertips, pulling over just gently, of course. I feel that stretch into my hip, all the way down the side. This is not really an official stretch position, but I find personally that it works really well at just targeting certain areas. So you're welcome to make some minor adjustments if that didn't work for you. But always important whenever we do side stuff to lengthen out from there, because we just get so super tight through the sides of our body, especially into our QL muscles, and I do go on a little bit about it, but you just don't want pain there. And so many of us unfortunately do hold pain there, myself included, on one side. The old left side has got a lot to answer for. Okay, so coming down on the other side, starting off by positioning the elbow underneath the shoulder, pressing the hand here, finding that the old triangle position. Okay, starting with the hand here, breathing in on the breath out, pushing up with the hips and then coming down. So really use those obliques. Breathe out to lift and breathing in to lower. And again, breathing out to lift and breathing in to lower. Excellent. Coming up and coming down. Fantastic. Breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out and breathing in. Okay. Let's just go for another 4 like so. We don't want to do too many or to get too exhausted by the warm-up. Last 3. Again, if you need to put something underneath your knees, you can to do this. Last 2. Okay, last time. I'm going to come up and I'm going to hold. I'm just going to adjust a little bit for myself. Lifting up here, extending the leg out nice and long. Pointing the toes, bringing the toes down, tapping it into my pool of water or something. Breathing out as I bring the leg back up, turning the toes to the ceiling. Coming down, breathing in, breathing out. I can feel this oblique contract to help lift that bottom leg back up again. Lift, lift, lift. Good. Keep that head just nice and long. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. Core is obviously on, stabilizing. Breathing in and lifting up. Let's go for another 4. And up. Last 3. Perfect. Keep the head just nice and relaxed, pushing into the hand as well. Last 2. Okay, last time coming up, holding here, and we're going to do little pulses up and down. Whew, you can feel that bottom leg really working hard for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lengthening up here, and from here just pulsing my hips up and down for 10, 9, 8, good. Use the oblique. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And coming down. And again, I'm going to go into that stretch where I just got my knees together. Ooh, coming up and straight away. Oh my goodness, everything is going for it. Coming right down the side. So for me, I've got a really tight left piriformis muscle, which is the tiny muscle in my glute that's providing so much pain. And it compresses and refers pain around the body. So if I don't keep stretching it and keep everything moving, then it really complains. So for me, I personally can feel the stretch kind of really wrap around. Piriformis needs to be stretched for everybody. So again, you may feel not pain, but just a feeling of stretch in similar areas. And then also coming up here, QL wrapping around more to the side, up through the ribs, maybe in around the shoulder blade region. Feels good. Reaching, and releasing off. Okay, fantastic. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. We're going to come into some extension. So just come down onto your front for me. And from here, I want you just to start off by having the hands stacked one on top of the other. Glue the feet together so we've got the glutes and inner thighs engaged, always engaged. You're going to just place your head on top of your hands and just relax the shoulders as much as possible. So starting here, we're going to breathe in. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lifting up. And then breathe out as you lower back down. And again, breathing in to lift. And breathing out to lower. And again, coming up and down. So keep going just like so while I talk. So just make sure it's all coming into the upper back and nothing into that lower back. If you're feeling the lower back, I want you to again really think about pinching here. And also maybe not coming up quite so far at the moment. Because if you push your range too much, then maybe sending it down to your lower back because your lower back is stronger and tighter. And we want to keep it up. So squeezing the pencil between the shoulder blades, lifting up and down. Let's go for 3. Breathing in and breathing out. Last 2. Okay, last time coming up, holding up here. Okay, you're imagining you're taking your hands through something denser in the air. I'm going to turn my palms up towards the ceiling, From here, I'm just going to imagine I'm taking the arms through the peanut butter, breathing in as I lift, breathing out as I release a little bit. So opposite to what you might think we should be doing with the breathing in to lift because inhalation aids extension, breathing out to lower, breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. Really squeeze here. This is where we want that movement to happen. If I stuck my finger in between your shoulder blades, I should feel them pressing and coming together. Let's go for 3. Good. Last 2. Okay, last time. Holding up here. We're going to take the arms in front of us now, and we're just going to do little kicks. If you can lift your legs and do the same thing, then that's excellent. No pressure, of course. If you're feeling in your lower back, don't do the legs. This is quite fatiguing. I want you to just keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Set the shoulders down. Let's go. We're going for 10 and 9. Breathing. 8, 7, shoulder blades. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding. We're going to do little pulses with 4 limbs up towards the ceiling. Let's go. Up and up, or maybe just the arms. Up and up. Squeeze the shoulder blades for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And then coming down straight away, let's push back into a child's pose. Send your spine back into some flexion and reaching long. Good. Nice. And then very carefully, we're just going to roll all the way back up, opening those shoulders. I want you to also just push into the hands, separating the shoulders here, chin comes to chest. I think you've just done a good job of squeezing them together. Let's now open them out. You can sort of push into one hand and then the other. Really feel that through the shoulder blades. Cool, I'm just going to finish the arms off just by doing just a few push-ups. So, up to you whether you do it on your knees or on your toes. We're going to take the hands just nice and wide. You can take them even wider than your mat if you like, turning the fingertips in towards the midline and coming to the diagonal. So nice and long. If you find it easier to come through a full plank first and then drop your knees to set your spine, that's a really great way to do it. So from here, breathing in, elbows are going wide, nose to the floor, breathing out to push up. Does not matter if your nose is not getting to the floor, that's fine. Breathing in and breathing out. We're working on quality of movement. Coming down, breathing in and breathing out as you push back up. Good. Breathing in to lower, breathing out to push. If you're up on your toes, your range obviously might be a bit smaller, that's no problem. I do not mind which position you go in, just as long as there's nothing bad happening here. My pet peeves with push-ups is this, also this, and then the major one I see all the time, that. Head should not hang. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's go for 3 more. Breathing in to push up, belly button to spine. Last 2. Good. And last time, coming up. Holding here, a little bend in the elbows, little pulses down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, keeping the head long, 3, 2, and 1. I was trying to say 2 things at once. Relax the shoulders and keep the head long. Okay, final child's pose, reaching those arms nice and long. And then we'll just take the arms across the body for an extra stretch here. Lengthen. And then the other side. Perfect. Then from here, just a quick opening through the hips. I'm just going to bring this leg forward, tucking the tailbone under, and it's almost like leaning back, but not quite. Just a little bit of a tuck here, squeezing the glute, and that should help you to open up through that hip. Good. Squeeze there. Nice. And with this foot forward, I'm just going to send this leg out nice and long. I'm just going to come down to the floor a little bit and just get a hamstring stretch going on, trying to keep myself forward with my back, so I'm not completely rounding through. I know it does depend on your flexibility, I do understand, but it just gives you a little bit of stretch if you're not quite so collapsed like so, or active. And then bring that in, we'll swap over and do the same thing on the other side. Bringing the foot forward, a little bit of a tuck. I hope you find that this is a more effective stretch into your hip flexor than just kind of going forward like this. Definitely can feel a stretch there, but this is the true hip flexor stretch where you've got a slightly posterior tilt almost going on, tucking the tailbone under, squeezing the glute, and just lengthening here, and you may also feel it go down the front of your leg into your quad. And then let's lengthen that leg, pushing it away, coming down. Same thing, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Big hamstring stretch. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Good, good, good. And then bring that back in. Oh, suddenly I'm in an Asian squat. If you don't mind coming to this position, that'd be fantastic. Really opening through your lower back if you can. Creating space there, just hanging out, chilling out. Won't be here for long today, but just making sure that your feet and your knees, everything are aligned, shoulders are relaxed. And then from here, placing the hands forward on the floor, letting the head fall to the floor, wiggling the feet into parallel hip width apart, pushing into the hands, lengthening the arms, breathing in, and on the breath out, let's restack that spine, vertebra by vertebra, up, 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 up. Keeping the head as the last thing to come up, rolling the shoulders back and down. Head is up last. That is us, all done for another session. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm looking forward to having you join in on the next one.